It was a typical Tuesday at Mel's Diner, a cozy hub of blue-collar warmth in the heart of downtown. Bobby Washington, a 62-year-old retiree, sat at his usual counter spot, sipping black coffee and reading the sports section. For 3 years, every Tuesday, Bobby ordered the same turkey sandwich and coffee, exchanging smiles with Elena Rodriguez, the diner's caring owner. But on this day, September 18th, 2025, a routine lunch turned into a moment that would spark a national movement for justice. This is the story of one man's quiet dignity, a community's courage, and a son's love that turned a local incident into a global call for change. The diner hummed with everyday life. Construction workers griped in a booth, a mother fed her toddler near the window, and Sarah Lane, a freelance journalist, worked 3 stools down from Bobby. Then, Officer Jake Morrison, badge number 4472, stormed through the glass door, his eyes locking onto Bobby. "What are you doing here, old man?" His words cut through the diner's warmth like a blade. Every head turned. Bobby froze, coffee cup halfway to his lips. Morrison, an 8-year veteran with 17 complaints of excessive force, had a pattern of targeting minorities. His rookie partner, Danny Pierce, trailed behind, uneasy but silent. A radio call had reported an elderly black male suspected of shoplifting at Martinez Grocery. To Morrison, Bobby fit the description: age, race, location. That was enough. Morrison demanded Bobby's ID, his tone dripping with mockery. Bobby, hands trembling not from fear, but from decades of swallowed pride, handed over his driver's license. "Robert Washington," Morrison read aloud, holding the ID up like a trophy. "What kind of work do you do, Robert? Stealing? Dealing?" Elena stepped forward, her voice firm. "Officer, he's done nothing wrong. He's a regular here." Morrison snapped. "Interfere again, ma'am, and you'll be in cuffs." Sarah's fingers hovered over her phone's record button. The construction worker, James Patterson, stood up, tense but silent. The diner's air grew heavy with anticipation. Bobby Washington was no stranger to adversity. For 30 years, he coordinated community programs in tough neighborhoods, food drives, youth mentorship, cleanups, building bridges through service. After retiring, he delivered mail for 15 years, earning respect one doorstep at a time. His wife Martha, lost to cancer 3 years prior, had been his anchor. Their son Marcus worked in Washington, D.C., in a high-security government role he never discussed for safety reasons. Bobby didn't boast about Marcus. He valued his own quiet dignity. Every Tuesday, Bobby came to Mel's, where Elena greeted him warmly. "How you doing, Mr. Washington?" "Can't complain, Elena. Beautiful day." That morning, he'd played chess at the community center before heading to the diner, unaware that his routine would soon unravel. Morrison's aggression intensified. He ordered Bobby to stand and turn around for a pat-down, his hands rough and invasive. "Checking for weapons," he announced loudly. Bobby's wallet, holding $127 from his veteran's benefit, became Morrison's next target. "A lot of cash for someone just having lunch," he sneered. Bobby explained it was his monthly check, but Morrison scoffed. Martinez Grocery reported $120 stolen. Convenient. Elena protested. "He's been here over an hour." Morrison ignored her, pocketing Bobby's ID and phone. Bobby's phone buzzed, unnoticed by Morrison, but caught by Sarah's sharp eye. The caller ID flashed, "Marcus, work phone," with a government seal. Sarah hesitated, but began recording discreetly. The diner's patrons grew restless. James stood again, saying, "That man hasn't left this place." Morrison's radio crackled. "Unit 23. The money was found at Martinez Grocery. False alarm." The diner went silent. Morrison's face flushed, but he doubled down. "You're still suspicious." "Maybe drugs." Bobby, struggling to breathe, said, "I need to sit down." Morrison refused, grabbing Bobby's arm and yanking his injured shoulder, dislocating it with a sickening pop. Bobby cried out, his face gray with pain. Sarah's thumb hit record. Her livestream began, capturing Morrison's excessive force, Bobby's compliance, and the crowd's outrage. Elena dialed 911 for an ambulance. James shouted, "We need medical help." Morrison, cornered by recording phones, yelled, "Delete those videos." No one complied. Sarah's live stream exploded, reaching 2,500 viewers, then 10,000. She posted to social media, "Happening now at Mel's Diner. Police brutality against an elderly black man for a crime that didn't happen. Badge 4472. Share this." The video spread like wildfire. Local influencers, civil rights groups, and ordinary people shared it. A news station spotted it. A Congress member retweeted it. Comments flooded in, "This is wrong. Who is this man? Badge 4472 needs to be fired." Bobby's phone flickered with emergency power, showing a missed call from Marcus Urgent White House. Sarah's camera caught it, and viewers noticed. "White House? Who's Marcus?" The question ricocheted online. Paramedics arrived, but Morrison blocked them, insisting Bobby was under arrest. Lead paramedic Angela, a seasoned professional, assessed Bobby's dislocated shoulder and labored breathing. "He needs immediate care, or you're responsible for what happens next." Morrison wavered but held firm. In Washington, D.C., Marcus Washington, chief of White House security, sat in a briefing when his phone buzzed with alerts. His assistant whispered, "Something's trending about a diner incident." Marcus clicked Sarah's live stream and froze. His father, his hero, was being brutalized on live video. His colleagues saw his face shift from shock to rage. "That's my father," he said, his voice deadly calm. Marcus cancelled his briefings and made calls. To the police commissioner, "Your officer, badge 4472, is assaulting my father on a live stream with 30,000 viewers. Fix this, or it's a federal case." To the mayor, "Your police are attacking a community hero who raised me. Act now." To the governor, "You may need state intervention for a civil rights violation. The victim is my dad." Back at the diner, 3 black SUVs with government plates screeched to a halt. FBI agent Sarah Mitchell, Civil Rights Division, entered with Marcus's attorney. "Officer Morrison, step away from Mr. Washington and return his ID." Morrison, stunned, stammered, "This is a routine arrest." The attorney cut in, "Nothing routine about assaulting the father of the White House security chief." The diner gasped. Eleanor whispered, "Your son works for the president?" Bobby, in pain but proud, said, "I knew Marcus did important work. Never wanted to brag." Agent Mitchell relayed Marcus's message. "Dad, I'm flying down on a government plane. No one will treat you like this again." Tears rolled down Bobby's face, not from pain, but pride. Commissioner Davis arrived, suspending Morrison on the spot. "Badge weapon now." Morrison, shaking, complied. His 8 years of abuse, 17 complaints, 2 investigations, had caught up with him. Pierce, finding his courage, said, "I'm filing a complaint against my partner. I should have acted sooner." Sarah's live stream hit 60,000 viewers. Mel's Diner justice trended globally. News vans surrounded the diner. A helicopter's rotors announced Marcus's arrival. He emerged in a tailored suit, Secret Service earpiece active, and embraced his father carefully. "I'm so sorry, Dad," Bobby smiled. "You were here when it mattered, son." Agent Mitchell addressed the media. Morrison faces federal charges for civil rights violations, assault and excessive force. Commissioner Davis promised reforms, bias training, body cameras, civilian oversight. The mayor and governor echoed commitments to change. Elena announced the Bobby Washington Community Service Fund for free meals to those in need. The crowd cheered. Bobby, humble, protested, but Elena insisted, "This is how you should have been treated from the start." 3 months later, Mel's Diner became a symbol of justice. A bronze marker read, "Site of the 2025 Civil Rights Victory." Bobby, fully recovered after surgery, resumed his Tuesday lunches, now joined by neighbors for Coffee with Bobby. The fund provided 3,000 meals, fueled by donations inspired by Sarah's video. Morrison pleaded guilty to federal charges, receiving 2 years in prison and community service. At sentencing, he apologized to Bobby, who responded, "Redemption is possible if you work for it." Pierce led a community outreach program, visiting schools to teach respect and courage. Sarah's journalism career soared. Her live stream viewed 50 million times. The Washington Protocols, named for Bobby's dignity, became police reform guidelines nationwide. Marcus and Bobby visited Martha's grave weekly, their bond unbreakable. Marcus spoke at academies saying, "My father taught me to protect dignity when others try to destroy it." Bobby's story offers three truths. Dignity can't be taken, only surrendered. Bobby kept his. One person's courage to document injustice can spark thousands to act. Sarah's video proved it. Justice delayed isn't always denied. Sometimes it's prepared to be served right. Have you witnessed injustice and stayed silent? Bobby's story shows the power of action. Document violations with your phone. Speak up immediately. Support reform through voting and advocacy. Share this story with 3 friends. Ask, what would you do in Bobby's place, as a witness? The next Bobby might be beside you, and the next Morrison might still have a chance to change. Like this video if you believe in dignity for all. Share it to spread hope. Subscribe for stories of courage triumphing over hate. Comment, have you faced injustice? What would you do now? Hit the notification bell to never miss a story that restores faith in humanity. Together, we can build a world where dignity isn't negotiable, justice isn't optional, and love always defeats hate.